Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm very excited to do because we are testing some new exciting makeup. I have some drugstore, I have some Sephora stuff here, I have some Ulta products here that I picked up recently. So I've done a little bit of shopping here and there in the past few weeks, and all these products were shipped to me in different packages. So that's why I was waiting for them to come to me so I would have like a really nice, good bunch of products to show you today. Today's video is not a first impressions because I've already tried some of these products. However, it is also not a review video as well because I will be still testing these products and I will give you my roundup thoughts and my monthly collective haul video where I do speed reviews for all the products that I've purchased in the previous month. I usually film it 2-3 weeks into the following month for all the products that I purchased in the previous month. I hope this makes sense. So that video will be coming out because I've done quite a bit of shopping in the month of August. So today I have Haus Labs new concealer to try. I'm also going to be trying new Glossier complexion product. I have all these eyeshadow palettes to play with. I have not decided which one I'm going to be using, but I'm definitely going to be using a good mix of them. I have a new pair of lashes that I'm excited to try. I also have a bronzer / contour type of product that I want to try. So we have a bunch of fun things to play with today. So before we get started, I would love to welcome new visitors and viewers to my channel. Hi, my name is Eve and I love all things beauty. Here on my channel, I share about makeup, skincare, hair care, and at times lifestyle things like travel, fashion, and lifestyle vlogs. I upload new videos every week, and if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you stick around, enjoy this video, subscribe to my channel before you leave today, and now without further ado, let's dive into the new makeup. So the complexion products that I'm using today have a little bit of glowiness in them. So I would love to prime my T-zone with my favorite primer from MAC. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and just apply it on my T-zone. This is an amazing mattifying primer. I've already used it on camera, you might have already seen it, but this is what I've been using lately. I just can't stop using it because it's just so effective. It has a little bit of a lotiony formula, but it goes on skin and it gives you like a soft velvet type of finish. It mattifies my T-zone really well. So for my complexion product today, I'm going to be using new Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation with buildable coverage. And I do not have a full-size product. They sent me the samples like this, and I've already tried one. And I know that the shade Light 1 is my perfect match for my palest complexions. So I kept these 3 shades, and I think I'm going to mix these two. So this is very light 1 and then medium 4. They seem to have somewhat neutral undertone in them. Medium tan 3 seems to be a little bit more like honey with a little bit more like yellowish orangey undertones. It's a little bit too warm for me. It retails for $34. You get 1 fluid ounce of product in the container. On Sephora website, there are 32 shades available. So this says to be a long wearing, natural finish, medium coverage. So here I have 2 shades, a very light 1 and medium 4. And I'm going to be mixing them up. The formula doesn't seem to be too liquidy. So I'm going to go little by little, and I'm going to use this complexion brush from Real Techniques 101. So I'm just kind of doing this situation here. Okay, let's see what I got here. I'm gonna go very light-handed everywhere because it says to be a light to medium coverage. I want to see what light looks like, and then we'll try to build it up and see what medium looks like. This foundation brush is super nice. It is so soft. These 2 shades mixed very well together, even though I already told you that light 1 is my ideal match by itself. I'm definitely getting nice light coverage, and the formula just blends so nicely into the skin. Spreads very easily, almost like a lotion. It's just so easy. I mean, the brush is also great. I do not get any streakiness with this. It definitely covers my redness. So to be honest, you guys, this is a very good start to my opinion because this shade, both of these shades just mixed so nicely. I took the smallest amount of product and it definitely toned down my redness, which is always a plus for me. This looks like I applied a tinted moisturizer on. This looks beautiful. It looks like my skin. It definitely gave me a very nice healthy glow overall. It doesn't have any shimmer particles in it, but it just generally brings me that luminosity, and I really like how it looks. It looks like my skin. I'm going to pick up the rest of the products with a sponge. I'm going to mix it all together. Just apply to the areas where I want a little bit more coverage. So this is what complexion looks like. It looks nice and naturally glowy. It's definitely something that I would need to set with a powder because I'm a combination oily skin. However, I just feel like it doesn't accentuate any of my more visible pores here that I have. I do have some breakouts and I just don't feel like they're more visible with this type of formula. I really like how it looks, almost like a tinted moisturizer. It's just so comfortable on skin, just super light formula overall. Under this video, I will leave you a pinned comment on some of the main products that I'm going to be discussing today, how they wore, and I will give you like final thoughts at the end of the day. However, I will also, of course, will be reviewing these products in my monthly collective haul. But so far, I really like how it looks, how it feels, and how it applies. It was super easy. Definitely one layer is a light, however, it toned down my redness, and also the second layer built up to a medium coverage. I would say it's like a lower medium coverage. You do not get a ton of coverage with the second one, but I really like how it generally evened out my skin tone. I do, however, still see my freckles through, which again, it looks very natural on skin. So let's move on to the concealer, and I do have a new concealer from Haus Labs from Lady Gaga. It's called Triclone Skin Tech Concealer, and I got mine in the shade 12 Light Rosy. So this is what the packaging looks like, and the component is beautiful. This concealer retails for $32. It comes in 31 shades on Sephora website. As I'm looking there right now, all the shades are unfortunately sold out, but this product is available on Haus Labs website as well. So hopefully they will restock it before Sephora sale. So hopefully if this product is worth it, obviously I'm assuming if all the shades are sold out, this is good. So this has to be a natural finish, hydrating, good for acne and blemishes and dark circles. It also visibly blurs, depuffs and brightens and conceals with a medium buildable coverage. This component is fully plastic, and I really like how it matches the powder. They have the same design. So I know I said most of these products I've tried already, and I kind of have my somewhat thoughts about each of them. However, this product I've only swatched. I've never applied this on my face, on my skin. So this is a first impression right now for this concealer. There's absolutely no smell on this. From the swatch, see that it's a little bit thicker. It feels like it's a little bit thicker and does give you a really nice coverage. Look at that swatch. So this looks like it's going to give me pretty good coverage. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to use a brush and just going to tap this out. Oh, wow. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This looks blurred out already. I always have redness on the corners of my eyes. Okay, this is pretty. This is very pretty, and it just blends with the brush so seamlessly. This shade is just spot on. So this brush that I'm using right now, I picked up from Amazon. I'll have it linked for you, but this has been my favorite. It's super soft. The shade worked out perfectly. This is a really good match. It's not too brightening. It's very, very natural. That was also a good amount of product that I applied. I don't think I need any more, because I feel like it might get a little bit cakey, because I do notice a little bit of creasing right away here. So it does feel like it's kind of like that slightly bit thicker, but like emollient formula. If I sit here long enough, I will definitely notice creasing here. So there's just minor creasing happening right now. So I will definitely be setting this concealer. So far, I think it looks really nice. I don't really have anything bad to say, but again, check in the pinned comment underneath this video for this concealer as well. And so let's just move on. I want to use this bronzer again. This is a new launch from Juvia's Place. I picked up mine in the shade Buttercream. I've already used this on camera. I gave you like a quick intake on this product when I got it. So I just want to say that this shade is great, and it works with my palest complexion. So it's a shade that's not too warm, but also not too cool and ashy. I am going to just apply it here. I'm gonna just add a little bit of something to the contour of my face, and you can see how easily it blends into my complexion. I haven't tanned much in the past few weeks, and since I got this bronzer, I pretty much use it on a daily basis. So I did mention in my first application video, first impression video for this bronzer, that it does have gold specks in it, but they're not chunky gold specks. They're more of like your like fine shimmer, but they are visible to the eye. I do set this cream bronzer with a powder bronzer, and the specks come through the powder products, and they are very much visible. However, I think they look beautiful. I think they look beautiful. I do not mind them at all. It's definitely a little bit more hydrating emollient, but once you set it with the powder product, it does not budge. It just stays on face really well. So to set my bronzer, I want to use this new product to me. It's been around for a very, very long time. This is a Smashbox step-by-step contour palette, and I got mine in a lighter version. It comes in two different color variations. This is a lighter one, so it has the powder, bronzer, and contour. This is definitely your contouring shade, and this is nice and like neutral, very light bronzer. What I do is, because I don't really contour my face these days, I mix them both together. I'm just going to take a small brush and just mix these two products ever so slightly together. Even though this is a lighter shade, a lighter option for this trio, this formula is considerably pigmented. I just want to do a very light setting of my cream bronzer. I really like the finish of these two products because it gives me a natural finish versus being too matte. So I got this on 50% off at 21 Days of Beauty sale, one of their deals that was happening on a line, and I paid only 20 bucks for it. The original price for this compact is 40, which I think it's steep for what you're getting because this is a pretty small compact. As you can see, you do get 3 products. However, I think if this is like the only product that you use, these can go considerably fast, but the quality is really, really good. So this has been sitting on my eyes while I was doing my bronzer, and the concealer definitely creased into the fold of my lid. So it definitely needs to be set. I'm going to use the Haus Labs powder, and I have mine in a shade Translucent. I'm going to use this with my puff. This shade is a little bit brightening, as you can see, but it's very, very thin and smoothing, kind of blurring. As you can see the difference between one and another, it's definitely nice and blurring and matte. I finished my eyebrows behind the camera because I do not have any new products for eyebrows to show you today, but I will list, of course, everything that I used in the description box. So I wanted to get to my eyes next, and I have 3 new palettes to show you. The first one I wanted to show you is the Ultimate Vintage Jean Baby color palette from NYX. I'm going to carefully show it to you like that because this palette is broken. But this palette I initially ordered and it came to me with a broken shade, and I went to the store and exchanged it because they had it in stock and I was so happy about it. And then when I got it home, it slipped out of my bag and then it shattered on the floor, and now I have like 3 broken shades that I was like, okay, I'm not going again. I'm not going to be going back and exchanging it again. I decided to pick up this palette because this was like my second option, but you already know how much I love this palette, the Paradise Shock. I just really, really like it. So I went back and I got this color stored because the formula is really lovely. So today I'm probably going to combine some of the shades here. So these are the new palettes from Flower Beauty. They just recently launched. So the packaging on both of these palettes is the same as the previous 2 palettes, but I want to say, before we even get into talking about the palettes or quality, I just want to say that the photos that you see on Ulta website or anywhere else, like the promo photos that they released, I really have no words. I only have questions. Yeah, let's just leave it at that because those photos just do not do justice to these palettes whatsoever, because these are so beautiful in person and the quality is superb. I know I'm jumping very much ahead here, but these palettes are gorgeous. And I have a few thoughts to share with you today because I've already obviously tried all these shades on my eyes on my own time. The first palette is Coastal Lights. So this palette is slightly bit different from the other palette and from the previous palettes because the formulation is slightly bit different on 5 of these shades. So the top row and these 2 shades feel more pressed and more consistent. Like this shade right here is what you known from the previous palettes. It's a little bit more texture and chunky, even though it's still very, very smooth and buttery. They have very similar effect, almost the same effect as the previous formula. However, these ones are just a little bit more smooth. That's probably the best way I can explain right now. What I also wanted to say is that these 3 shades make an excellent highlighting formula. And this is a Garden Lights. It's a little bit more jewel tone, a little bit more saturated than the Coastal Lights, but yet very, very beautiful. You can see how much reflect you're getting. These are just so gorgeous. And this entire palette is fully the same formula as we know from the previous palettes that were already in existing collection. Okay guys, this is a finished makeup look, a very simple, and it definitely came out more of a cool tone, which I don't mind. I'm kind of vibing with a more of a fall vibes, even though it's still like 90 degrees here in Florida, but I'm more in the fall mood these days. So these are all the shades that I used. I mixed these 4 mattes from NYX palette, and then 3 shimmers from the Flower Beauty Coastal palette. You see how beautiful and reflective they are, and very smooth, and you get a really nice opacity. These shimmers definitely apply very nicely with brush. However, you would definitely get more impact if you apply with a finger. They are very nice and creamy. I personally really like how all these came together. Let me know what you think. And as far as the NYX palette, I really love this color story. I really love this color story. The other day I created a blue look, like purplish blue. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'll try to recreate it in a reels for you because it just, you must see it. I mean, besides that, my palette is busted, but it's totally my fault. But the quality is very nice and easy to work with, and the shades, it just makes sense. They just blend into each other so easily. I really like this palette a lot, as well as the I Like My Paradise shop. To finish off on this makeup eye look, I have a new mascara to show you, and I also want to try these new wispy lashes from Salon Perfect. But let's talk about this mascara first. So this is a new mascara from Maybelline. It's called The Falsies So Real. I have mine in a mini size, and this is what the brush looks like. It is really nice, straight, and it's a stiff brush. It doesn't wobble, and it has a natural bristles. This is a one coat mascara. I really found it very easy to use this wand because the shape is really nice and even. This is my personal preference. I really do not like any awkward shapes. I really also like when the brush is stiff, so it gives me more control when I'm applying the product, and I know how much pressure I can do without things going places that I wouldn't want them to go. You can see how this side is much lifted. I got a pretty good amount of volume and a little bit of length. I can't say generally that my lashes are the shortest. I definitely have a little bit of decent length to my natural lashes, but because they're so light and so thin and sparse, like you can't really see anything. But I really love how much lift and volume I got. This mascara builds up really nicely. You can get really nice, beautiful volume. And I also love that this natural bristle brush gives you almost like a fluffy effect. You need to work a little bit faster with this one if you want more coats. I would say do not wait too much in between. This dries out considerably fast, so once it's fully set, you can't really add anything to it anymore. Well, I will only be doing one coat today because I do want to try the lashes. So now I want to try these lashes. It's called Demi Wispies. Okay, the eyes are finished, the lashes are on, and I'm really liking them. They're really nice and fluffy and really good length. I did have to curl them for my liking. I thought that the curl was a little bit softer, but if you like the lashes there are a little bit less curled, you'll probably really enjoy them the way they are. But I really like how nice and fluffy they are. And I do not feel them on my eyes. They feel really nice and light. Before I finish my cheeks and highlighter and blush, etc., I wanted to do my lips, and I do have a new lip product from Milani. This is a Fruit Fetish Nectar lip oil. I got mine in the scent Lychee Nectar 160. The applicator is really nice and large. I feel like this is a very popular applicator size and shape right now. I've seen this from different brands. Very nice and comfortable. And I have to say, this smells heavenly. This smells like juiciest juice, fruit, something super juicy and sweet, like a lychee fruit. But by the way, lychee martini is my favorite drink since last year. This just smells so yummy. I do want to outline my lips with this Nabla close-up lip shaper. I got this in the shade Nude 01. I've already spoken about this pencil before. It has an incredible creamy formula, like really nice formula. But the shade of the packaging is much warmer than it comes off on my lips. It's definitely more cool of a tone when I apply it. Let's apply this. As you can see, it doesn't give you a lot of color. It's definitely not the pigment that you see here. That's why I outlined my lips and I filled the base of my lips, and then I would apply this as a topper. However, it's not goopy. It doesn't feel thick. It feels more like a balm. For you have tried this Juvia's Place lip oils. These are not as scented nearly as much as this one, but the doe foot applicators are very similar. And this one by texture feels very similar to this, if not the same. I don't know if it's the same formula. I didn't look into like ingredients and such, but it feels the same. It's kind of like that balmy, oily feel. It's not runny. It does have a little bit of thickness to it, so it just kind of stays in place, and I really think it makes a very beautiful topper. But because there's really not a lot of tint to it, you can also use it on its own, just on like your bare face. I'm just going to apply this blush from Essence. It's called the Blush in the shade Befitting number 10, just ever so slightly here on the apples of my cheeks. And I just want a little bit of pinkiness, and this perfectly goes with the transition shade with my eyeshadows. So I really like how all this ties in together. And now let's apply this middle shade from the Coastal Lights palette onto my cheeks as a highlighter. I'm just going to use this tiny brush from Real Technique. There's no fallout on any of these shades when you pick them up because they're so creamy. And I just start making like small circles and like side to side motion. So here the color looks a little bit more kind of goldish, but on the skin it just looks, I don't know, champagne-y, just very, very universal shade. This does build up. I just don't want too much right now. I'm gonna just apply the same one on this side. Oh, you can probably see it a little bit better on this side. Just a beautiful, beautiful formula. I personally think that this looks so beautiful and smooth on skin. Hey guys, this is the finished look. Let me know what you think of this makeup. Leave me your thoughts and extra questions, comments in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you've tried any of these products already or you have your eyes on it for upcoming seasonal sales. I want to say that overall, this is pretty successful try out. As far as the complexion products, the Haus concealer and the Glossier new foundation, make sure to check out the pinned comment underneath this video for my final end of the day thoughts. As far as all these eyeshadow palettes, so good, so good. I'll try to incorporate these palettes in my future videos just here and there. Maybe I will show them more on my Instagram reels or something like that. But I do definitely want to recreate my blue purplish look that came out of this palette, which is so stunning. Just keep an eye on that. If you're not following me on my Instagram, I invite you to check out my page. Like as far as the lashes, I think they're really fun. They might be a little bit more dramatic than I would want from my everyday wispies, but they are really pretty and I love how light they are, so I don't really feel them. Brands are definitely picking up their launching speed, and now that we're heading towards the end of the year, we're going to see more holiday launches, which is super exciting. So there's some very exciting products that are on the way to me. It took me a little bit of a time for all these products get to me because we had a hurricane here in Florida last week, and it kind of slowed things down and interrupted a lot of shipment processes. So that's why this video was delayed. If you find something that interests you, if you see any new announcement of new launches, tag me on my Instagram so that way I know you guys are interested to see this on my channel, hear my thoughts and reviews. And of course, if you like to see my roundup thoughts, my speed reviews on all the products that I've tried for the previous month, make sure you subscribe to my channel.